I'm always delighted to be with Saul News. This has been such a leader in the conservative movement and the Republican Party.
Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for December 13th, 2024. Michigan Republicans to push constitutional amendment requiring ID to vote. Michigan Republicans intend to push a state constitutional amendment early next year that would require residents to provide proof of citizenship and identity in order to register to vote and cast a ballot. This constitutional amendment would ask voters to reverse a prior amendment passed in 2022 that, in part, allows Michiganders to register to vote with student IDs or verify their identity at the polls with a signed statement. The measure would require either the Secretary of State to verify the citizenship of new voters or have them provide documentation they're a citizen in the form of a birth certificate, passport, naturalization papers, or similar documentation to register. Just the News reports, vast majority of voters would disapprove of Biden pardoning Biden administration officials. A new poll found just 29% of voters would approve of pardons for Biden administration officials, close to the 30% who disagreed with the pardon for Hunter Biden in a previous poll. President Biden is reportedly considering issuing preemptive pardons for officials such as former White House medical advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci. Overall, only 32% think Fauci should receive a pardon. 57% of Democrats believe Fauci should be pardoned. Just 21% of independents and 14% of Republicans agree with pardoning him, the survey results showed. And finally, The Hill reports, Sanders says this will likely be his last term. Senator Bernie Sanders, one of the Senate's most prominent progressives, says he likely won't run again for the Senate after his fourth term expires in 2030. Sanders won re-election last month, defeating Republican Gerald Malloy 63% to 32%. Sanders has served in Congress since 1991, spending 16 years in the House before being elected to the Senate in 2006. Sanders, an independent who caucuses with Senate Democrats, recently criticized the Democratic Party for not putting enough emphasis on bread and butter economic issues. He urged Vice President Harris during this year's presidential campaign to talk more about economic inequality in the United States and declared Democrats had abandoned the working class after she lost. And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for December 13th, 2024. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.